It's different throughout all my times in playing and whatnot. But this is a good group, very powerful group. We went through a lot of adversity through this whole journey, and seeing everybody come from different backgrounds, from north, west, east, it looks really good just bringing together, especially how we started our season and just bringing it to close, and it just looks really, really good. And I'm proud of this team.
Awesome. And you should be proud of yourself as well. 3-time, multiple times.
Welcome to the championship tournament here today. The GCAC tournament. Mic check, 1, 2. Microphone check, 1, 2. Mic check. Microphone check. So Yeah, we broadcast the game live. It's on. Yeah, them other. Yeah, wait, you on Instagram? Can you send me some on Instagram? Yeah, Perry, yeah, you must have heard. Yeah, I had him on the podcast. Coach Perry, man, how is it? Man, you sent me something, bro. Roy, what school is it? I will call you brother. Let's call it. You look just like him too, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Xavier University Convocation Center for today's championship round of the Men's and Women's Gulf Coast Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament for 2018. Next up on the court will be the Dillard Lady Blue Devils versus the Edward Waters College Lady Tigers. At this time, we ask you to please stand, if you are able, and face the flag for a moment of silent reflection and the playing of our national anthem. Starting lineups for today's event. First up, for the number 2 seed, Edward Waters Lady Tigers. At guard, 5'7" from Jacksonville, Florida, a freshman, number 3, LaQuanta Glover. At guard, 5'7" sophomore from Queens, New York, Mia Lake. At guard, 5'5" sophomore from Columbus, Georgia, number 20, Brittany Thompson. At forward, 5'10" senior from Trinity, Florida, number 22, Lachey Kirkland. At another forward, 6-foot senior from Mullen, South Carolina, number 32, Brittany Roel. The head coach for Edward Waters is Charmaine Wilson in her 7th season. And now starting lineups for the number 1 seed, Dillard Lady Blue Devils. At guard, 5'6" junior from Houston, Texas, number 3, Shaylin Moore. At another guard, 5'2" junior from Houston, Texas, Adriana Jackson. At guard, 5'8" junior from Austin, Texas, junior, number 23, Alyssa Washington. At forward, 6'2" junior from Zachary, Louisiana, number 30, Pearl Jones. And at forward, 5'9" senior from Petal, Mississippi, number 4, Alexia McDonald. The head coach for the Lady Blue Devils is Robert Rome in his 5th season.
If you want to run like some...
That's what we're doing. We're getting into it right now.
Oh yeah, we into it right now. Back live.
Good afternoon, New Orleans, and everyone in HBCU. GCAC land. I am Gino Hansen. He is Marlon Favorite. We are ready for an exciting championship Sunday. As the ladies are getting ready to take the floor, Marlon, we've got the Edward Waters Lady Tigers taking on the #1 champions of the GCAC, Dillard University Lady Blue Devils, to start us off on Championship Sunday. Are you ready, big guy?
I am ready, man. I am so excited about this game. I mean, just some key players. One for Dillard, you have Miss Washington, Alyssa Washington. She did an amazing job yesterday. And you cannot forget about the point guard, who was very clutch yesterday for Edward Water, and that's Miss Glover. Did a great job. So we're about to kick it off. Championship, this is what it's all about right here, Dino.
And we are getting underway. Of course, you can go online to Portal, P-O-R-T-A-L, stretchinternet.com/Dillard to enjoy all the action of Championship Sunday. We are underway here at the Xavier University Convocation Center. Our third team member is Casey Ferran. She will be doing in-depth interviews all day long. Started off, Edward Waters got the tap, but a quick turnover as the Lady Blue Devils make their way up the court. Going to our left, they are wearing their light gray with blue numbers, blue trimming. And for Edward Waters, they'll be going to the right from where we're positioned from with the white numbers and red colored writing on the front of the jersey. Shot just taken by Dillard at the top of the key, being passed around to that young lady that had a huge game yesterday, that being Adriana Jackson. Took the shot from the right corner, had 13 points yesterday, Marlon. She was very impactful, along with Alyssa Washington for Dillard.
Yes, very active throughout the whole game, attacking the mic really well, attacking the goal pretty good yesterday as well, especially Miss Alyssa Washington. Filling it out right now, dribbling up the court, we have Miss Moore, #3, the guard out of Houston. Back to Moore. There's that aggressive Edward Waters defense working well.
Basket for Brittany Thompson.
And that's Brittany Thompson on the steal. Look like she's about to get the ball again. Nice dish off. Dillard able to respond. That was number 25, Asia Partlow. Edward Water has it. Nice tip. Great job by Dillard. Oh, Dillard's ball. Really great awareness by number 25, Miss Asia Partlow once again. Kicking it around.
I couldn't hear when I left right here at all. You did now? No. 7 minutes and 38 seconds in the first period in the championship game between Edward Waters and Dillard University here on the Xavier Convocation Center, in the Xavier Convocation Center at Xavier University. Dillard boasts a 9-2 conference record, and Edward Waters a 6-4 conference record. Edward Waters beat Southern University on Friday to advance, and then they beat the host school today, yesterday, should I say, being Xavier. That's how they made their way to Championship Sunday. And Dillard had the bye-in on Saturday facing Talladega, and that's how they made it here, as they had the bye on Friday. Just to give you a little bit of background on that. Last basket was scored by Edward Waters, making the score 5-2. Dillard comes right back ties the game up at 5. That was Asia Partlow pulling up from deep.
Nice rebound by Dillard. It's number 11, Adria Jackson.
They are right back on the attack, and Adriana Jackson take it coast to coast to make the score. Dillard 7, Edward Waters 5. Another beautiful day outside, Marlon Favorite, but it's a beautiful day inside when you've got college basketball and March Madness. Shot was just taken by Brittany Thompson, little short off the front of the rim, rebounded by Dillard University, and there is a possession arrow in favor of Dillard after the jump ball tie-up.
Yes, what Edward Waters is electing to do is come out and play some pressure. A lot of press defense early on here, and Xavier was in a little zone, giving him a little space. That's how Edward Waters was able to hit the 3 to make it 5, but Dillard is coming out striking right now on offense, leading 7-5.
Ball goes into the post, kicked right back out, top of the key. 3 was taken but missed. Kareem's off the left side of the rim. Ball goes to Edward Waters. Checking in the game for Edward Waters is Megan Garcia.
Edward Waters is doing a good job at rebounding on the defensive end. You see 2 and 3 girls at a time under the goal, and Dillard has folks kind of just sitting around, not really attacking the goal aggressive when the shots are being shot from the perimeter.
We're at 5 minutes and 35 seconds here in the first period of the first half of the championship game between Edward Waters and Dillard University. Great interior passing, and that basket is scored by Megan Garcia, who just entered the game to tie the game at 7 apiece. Dillard is back on the attack, going to the left side of the court from where we're positioned at, here above high in the Xavier Convocation Center. Edward Waters is in a 2-3 matchup zone, trying to get Dillard to speed up their pace and take bad shots, and that's exactly what happened as they get the rebound, that being Edward Waters, and head back to the right. They're running this 3-man weave. Marlon, they did a great job of that yesterday, and the third person that gets the ball winds up going to the corner to get a wide open 3.
And they're not changing it at all. If it isn't broke, don't try to fix it, and it's working pretty good for them right now. So I'm just interested in seeing exactly what Dillard is going to do to adjust to it. Maybe go a little more man defense, just to kind of put someone in someone's face right away, because, you know, just playing a little bit of weave down at the bottom puts them in a position to where someone's wide open on the 3, and they're going to take a shot. They're very aggressive with that.
We have got a slight delay, and officials timeout being taken right now to come over to the table to, not exactly sure what they're checking on right now, Marlon, but
I don't have a clue. No one called timeout.
Yeah, it was an official timeout. Both teams returned back to their benches real quick, of course, to get some instructions. Just want to say thank you again to the GCAC commissioner, being Steve Martin, president of the GCAC and athletic director for Dillard University, Dr. Kiki Baker-Borns, sports information director Sam Cook at Dillard University as well. Also want to thank our sponsors for their continued support and involvement with the GCAC, that being Adidas, Wyndham Garden Hotel, Still Premium Alkaline Water, and Triple B's. Plus our fantastic production team, Miss Eunice Kamul, Roderica Taylor, and Xavier Randolph. Greatly appreciate them all weekend long for what they've been doing for us here. We get back to action. 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the first period. Interior pass went inside to Brittany Rao, and she was fouled by Dillard's Asia Partlow. Going to the line for Edward Waters is Brittany Rao.
Partlow has been playing very aggressive early here in the game. She's made at least 2 rebounds so far, and as you can tell, coach is just kind of telling her to cool out a little bit. You don't want to get in any foul trouble. There's the Dillard cheerleaders with the miss it chance. Nice rebound.
Brittany Rowell missed that free throw. She is a senior out of Mullins, South Carolina. Dillard is back on the attack, going to our left, trying to get into a flow, so to speak, if you will. Couple of passes and out of bounds off of Edward Waters. So ball returns back to the Lady Blue Devils. Edward Waters with the score of 8-7 over the Lady Blue Devils with 4 minutes and 22 seconds in the first period.
Heavy dribbling down there for Dillard. Kind of lost the ball in the paint instead of just posting up and fading away or going up with the aggressive layup. Looking forward to seeing what they're going to do offensively here. Kicking it back out to Adriana Jackson. Jackson out to Washington. Whoa, long range three. Rebound by number 35. Deja Chapman for Edward Water.
The Lady Tigers are back on the attack. Ball goes around the perimeter, and they find a wide open Mia Lady. Long range three. Edward Waters 11. Dillard University 7. 3 minutes and 33 seconds in the first period remaining. Dillard is in attack mode. Unfortunately, the layup didn't go.
Friendly violation. Dillard ball.
And Edward Waters turns the ball right back over to Dillard. That last drive was by Jalen Brown. Wasn't able to convert.
You know, Dino, yesterday Edward Waters against Xavier's team, they came right. They really controlled the game the entire time, playing aggressive on defense, really attacking the goal. They're kind of, I don't want to use the word flat, but they're being a little more conservative with Dillard's against Dillard's offense defensively. As you see, they play off a little bit.
They're playing that 2-3 matchup zone against Dillard, which leaves a wide open Adriana Jackson for three from the top of the key. Dillard University 10, Edward Waters 11. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first period. Edward Waters is back on the offensive attack. Some of the U scores yesterday as Edward Waters defeated Xavier were Brittany Rao, LaQuanza Glover, Mia Lady, and Brittany Thompson. They had balanced scoring from those four ladies yesterday. See if they can get something going for them again today.
I'll tell you one thing. If Alyssa Washington starts to heat up, watch out, man. Because once she gets that confidence, she'll shoot the three, she'll drive the lane, and make those clean shots.
She does it all. Yesterday when I was speaking to Coach Norbert Rome, who is in his 5th season, he was also the Coach of the Year in addition to the Lady Blue Devils winning the GCAC regular season title. He mentioned the impact that she had continuously and the leadership that she has provided, that being Alyssa Washington. She's only a junior out of Austin, Texas. But, man, she came up huge yesterday with 23 big points for the Lady Blue Devils, Marlon, to get that win that they were happy to take, getting here to the championship game today, winning 72-63 over Talladega yesterday. Don't forget that. It's Talladega, big fella.
Talladega.
Talladega and Talladega.
2 different words.
Yes, sir. At the line for Edward Waters, shooting the free throws, Megan Garcia. To make it an 12-10 game. Edward Waters over the Lady Blue Devils early on here. Championship Sunday at the Xavier Convocation Center on the campus of Xavier University here in New Orleans. Make sure you go to portal, P-O-R-T-A-L stretchinternet.com/Dillard to see all the great action going on today. Dillard doing a fantastic job of moving the ball around the perimeter and then was able to dump it down into Asia Partlow, who has 5 early points here for Dillard University.
Kicking it out Air ball.
Wasn't that much ball movement from Edward Waters that particular trip. And shot was taken by Brittany Rowell, a long three-pointer that caught nothing but the Chicago windy air when the door opened up as people are making their way into the Convocation Center here on Xavier University's campus. 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining here in the first period on Championship Sunday in the ladies GCAC 2018 basketball tournament championship game. Clock winding down as Dillard moves the ball around the perimeter. Couldn't get it to go. That was from Alexia McDonald. Edward Waters back on the attack, trying to run that three-man weave that was extremely successful yesterday for them. And going to the hole was Laquanza Glover. Kareem's off the left side of the rim. Missed the layup. Dillard gets the rebound and is coming right back to your left side.
Winding down in the first period here.
Great hands by Edward Waters right there, Marlon.
Really good hands.
And on the attack, although she couldn't convert for Edward Waters, was Brittany Thompson. But Laquanza Glover playing huge already. Gets the rebound, gets the foul on Alyssa Washington, and then scores the bucket and gets to the line to get the traditional old school three-point play, Marlon.
The old school three-point play.
We have to clarify that because according to our third member of the team,
Right.
CMO, as we call it out here in the boot, in the dirty
boot.
South, she said the long-range three ball is the traditional three-pointer, in her opinion.
Yeah, it's the long one. I'm like, okay.
Not the old school traditional three. This is the new school traditional three that the ladies are shooting from deep. As the clock winds down, 22 seconds remaining in the first period. Dillard down by 4, 12-16 to Edward Waters Lady Tigers. Dillard will have the last possession, trying to run some clock to make sure they get the last shot. Ball is at the top of the key. Move to the right side of the court. Going to the right corner. Edward Waters still in that 2-3 zone. Foul was called against Edward Waters' Brittany Rowell. That will be her first foul.
Headed to the line is Kaya Tarver.
Misses that first free throw.
I'm sorry, that's actually Jones out of Zachary, Louisiana, able to sink the second one.
5 seconds remaining in the first period. Edward Waters comes up the court, in the front court, right side, and the shot, although went in, will not count as the horn went off at the end of the first period. Edward Waters 16, Dillard University 13. We would like to recognize and acknowledge our sponsors, that being Adidas, Wyndham Garden Hotel, Still Premium Water, and Triple B's Cajun Corner. Greatly appreciate you for your continued support with the GCAC. Also want to give you a little history of the GCAC Thomas Howell Cup winners. Now, the GCAC Thomas Howell Cup is presented annually to the athletic program with the greatest success across all fields of competition. Points are awarded based on regular season standings in championship sports only. The Thomas Howell Cup is named for the GCAC's first commissioner, Dr. Thomas Howell, who served the conference for more than 3 decades. The 2017 winner was Xavier University, and the 2016 winner was Dillard University. And prior to that, Marlon, which is a huge honor, from 2011 to 2015, it was Xavier University who has been the host of the GCAC second round game and the championship game today. So congratulations to Xavier University and their success, as well as Dillard University and all the other great HBCUs.
Well, what an honor, man. That's great to be able to host it so many different times and bring folks down to the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. And we had a really nice turnout this weekend of folks coming in from out of town, supporting their family members for the out of town teams. I mean, we have Jacksonville, Florida in the building with Edward Water, and then of course we had Talladega, not the city in town, for Talladega.
Get it
supporting
together.
Them. I want them to know that. We're talking about the city coming to support the team. And, of course, locally, Dillard and Xavier and also Suno supporting as well. So it's been great.
That it has been a fantastic weekend. As we get underway for the second period of the first half here at the Xavier Convocation Center on the campus of Xavier University in New Orleans, Louisiana. 9 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the second period with the score of 16-13 in favor of Edward Waters. Dillard University has the ball on the attack going to our left. Tightly contested game so far.
Great play.
Basket for Shaylin Moore.
Shaylin Moore on the pump fake on the three and making an easy jumper from a closer range. Really nice shot.
Edward Waters wasn't able to convert, and Dillard is right back on the attack. Although the basket went, it was a traveling violation.
Yes.
Against Dillard.
It was a Tiger. It was a travel violation by Dillard. 8 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. Great clean ball, nice play. Quarterback passed out, reset. Nice little reset. Good kick out to Alyssa Washington. Kicking it out.
All right. 8 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the second period of the first half. Edward Waters is back on the attack. That last shot was taken by LaQuanza Glover right on the left side of the court, making the game Edward Waters 18, Dillard University 15. So far, Edward Waters is shooting 31% from the field. Dillard shooting 35%.
That's Thompson once again just doing all kind of things defensively to get under Dillard's skin. Right there, she was just placed nicely, feet setting off for the charge.
Edward Waters taking the ball out from the left side of the court, coming into the front court on the right, wearing their road purple uniforms with the white numbers on it. Last rebound was by LaQuanza Glover after the missed shot that careened off the rim from Mia Lady. Foul was called against Pearl Jones of Dillard University. And at the line is LaQuanza Glover for two.
Pearl Jones had a really clean block about 2 drives ago, and then just now she had a block, but Edward Waters was able to get the ball back, and that's what made her foul. At the line, you have LaQuanza Glover.
Shot is good from the free throw line. Edward Waters, 20-15 over the Lady Blue Devils. 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the second period. Dillard is back on the offensive attack. Edward Waters is staying with that 2-3 matchup zone. Ball is being moved around the perimeter for Dillard University. Wide open shot taken from the right corner. Oh my goodness.
Houston, Texas, stand up. Shayla Moore once again on the 3-point play. Decreasing that lead by Edward Waters. 20-18, Edward Waters up.
Edward Waters back in their offensive set where they do their 3-man weave, attacking the paint, and then the kick out, finding Mia Lady wide open in the corner, which was extremely effective yesterday. Book it for Mia Lady. She is 3 of 3 from three-point range today, Marlon Fave, right? She's starting off hot already.
Yes, Mia Lady did a really good job yesterday, and there's another steal by Thompson. Knocking down those threes. There she go again. Strong hands, man.
Shaylin Moore has got to take better care of the basketball. I'm pretty sure that's what Coach Norbert Rome called the timeout for, to talk to his team with, but that basket was by LaQuanza Glover, attacking the rim with ferocity.
Yes, she is. You have to admire Edward Waters' aggressiveness on defense. As you mentioned earlier, running the 2-3 matchup zone with pressure. Now, unfortunately, that'll leave a wide open person, and that was a good job by Shayla Moore clocking the 3. But defensively, Dillard has to do a better job, Dino, at doing man. I think that's the adjustment coach is going to make. We have to go man just to put body on body to not leave wide open people like that, because Edward Waters has been attacking the lane very, very well.
Absolutely. Edward Waters is definitely on the offensive aggressive attack. Want to acknowledge our 2017-2018 GCAC Coaches of the Year. On the women's side, Norbert Rome of Dillard University, Lady Blue Devils, and Coach Fred Summers of Talladega on the men's side. So congratulations to them both. We'll also acknowledge the rest of the GCAC conference winners for this past season, that being GCAC Players of the Year. On the ladies' side, from Philander Smith, that being Terralyn Dominic and Devontae Dixon of Talladega, as we get back to action in game number 1 of Championship Sunday, which is the women's GCAC championship game, with Edward Waters ahead of the Lady Blue Devils, who is ranked number 1 in the tournament, 25-18 lead for them. Ball being passed around the perimeter exceptionally well by Dillard, getting it inside the paint but wasn't able to convert. But fortunately enough, Edward Waters returns the favor and gets it right back. We have an official timeout that was called as Dillard was making their way back up the court. There is an injury for Edward Waters with the score of 25-18, 5 minutes and 59 seconds remaining here in this second period of the first half of the 2018 Women's GCAC Basketball Championship game in New Orleans, Louisiana, on the campus of Xavier University in the Xavier Convocation Center. Want to continue to acknowledge the players who were outstanding this season, that being GCAC Defensive Players of the Year. From Philander Smith, Terralyn Dominic, and from Xavier, Joseph Williams. The newcomers of the year were Pearl Jones of Dillard, Tonzel Handy of Tougaloo, Debria Bell of Tougaloo, and George Brock of Southern University of New Orleans. So congratulations to them.
Brittany Rowell was the injured player on the. She looked like, I don't know if it's ankle related or she seems to be favoring her ankle. So we'll try to get an update on that soon.
That we will. Pretty sure the third member of our team, that being Casey Ferrand, will get us an update of exactly what's going on with Brittany Rowell and her injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious and she can return back to the game. We are resuming action. Dillard taking the ball out in the backcourt next to the coach's bench. 5 minutes and 53 seconds remaining here in the second period of the first half. Edward Waters 25, Dillard University 18. Dillard on the offensive attack. Ball being worked around from right to left, back to the top of the key. Going right back to Shaylin Moore, who turns the ball over. Active hands by Brittany Thompson of Edward Waters, as they are now on the offensive end, going to our right. Ball was deflected off of Dillard's player, and Edward Waters will retain possession.
Dillard is playing extremely soft on offense, and it's starting to become very obvious. Just throwing the ball back and forth around the perimeter, and every time that they do try to toss it in, you have like 2 Edward Waters players around. So hopefully they make that adjustment to tighten this the game up a little more.
Leading scorers for Edward Waters with 6 points is Mia Lady. And on the other side of that, for the Lady Blue Devils, the leading scorer is Asia Partlow with 7. Although Edward Waters does have the lead at 25-18, in that first period they had 4 turnovers. Ball being worked around from right to left for Edward Waters, who gets a wide open 3 from Edward Waters, Lachey Kirkland, to increase that lead to a double-digit lead of 10, 28-18 over the Lady Blue Devils. Dillard needs to get something going here quickly, Marlon.
Oh, no doubt. And that was a floater she shot there, huh?
Ball being worked around from right to left. Shaylin Moore trying to dance a little bit out there on the perimeter with the ball. Getting it to the right corner. Alicia McDonald was fouled. Lachey Kirkland for Edward Waters is the one that committed the foul. Ball being taken out by Dillard University on the right baseline of the left side of the court where Dillard is moving to. Ball is inbounded. Dillard University passing the ball around from right to left. Almost dribbled out of bounds there on that pass, Marlon. That's the last thing Dillard needs, is to turn the ball over when you're down 10 this early on. Ball stuck in the left corner, and that 2-3 pressure by Edward Waters might be getting to Dillard a little bit more than what they expected.
It really is, Dino, and I don't know if it's probably a big-on-big thing or try to do a better job on getting the ball down low in the post. Something's going to have to happen because they're not able to get anything drumming from the perimeter. That 2-3 matchup is killing them. Oh, great rip.
Turnover that was desperately needed by Dillard, having active hands. Attacking the rim for Dillard is Alexia McDonald, who was fouled on the play, going to the rim. Brittany Thompson is the one that committed that foul for Edward Waters.
That was much needed. And I saw her frustrations at the end of the play, Alexia McDonald, because she really wanted the and one. So she was hoping the shot dropped, but
she's at the line to shoot the 2, and she's already made the first one. Big fave.
Yeah. And she knocks down the second one. Hello.
Our Pelicans get back to action today, Marlon. They are on a 7-game win streak. They are on the road for these next 3 games, and Anthony Davis, who was definitely the player of the month, hands down, wasn't even close to the impact that he's been having in the month of February. That ball for Edward Waters is moving left to right, and Coach Norbert Rome is not happy about it at all that his team's defense, they're literally reacting as opposed to anticipating. Edward Waters has come down quite a number of times today, ran that 3-man weave out top, getting someone spot wide open in that far left corner, and they are knocking it down with ease today. Man. But like I was saying today, the Pels get back to action, taking on the Dallas Mavericks on the road. The Pels are 35-26, Dallas 19-44. They are on the road for the next 3 games, Marlon, as Tuesday they will be in L.A. against the L.A. Clippers, 33-28, who's also vying to get their season back to the playoff hunt, as they are out of the playoffs at this particular juncture. But that's the thing about the Western Conference. Between 5th and 10th, everybody literally is in a hodgepodge, so to speak, if you will.
Yes. Dillard trying to, this Dillard ball, an over the back foul on, well, it happened to number 25, Asia Partlow.
Neither team is in any serious foul trouble here in the early goings of the championship game of the 2018 GCAC women's title game today at the Xavier Convocation Center on Xavier University's campus. Thank you also to Dillard University for hosting round number 1 on Friday. Had a fantastic time over there, as round 2 and the championship game is here at Xavier University. An offensive foul called against Dillard with a hook. That was Asia Partlow. Ball goes over to Edward Waters with an 11-point lead, 3 minutes and 22 seconds here in the second period. Now, what Dillard has done, since they're having trouble playing that man-to-man and locating players on the floor, Coach Norbert Rome decided to put a little token pressure 3/4 of the court up the way to just slow things down a little bit for Edward Waters. That was a charge from the moment she turned the corner, yes. Marlon, before she even touched a Dillard player. Offensive foul was called against LaQuanza Glover. Ball goes over to Dillard University, and they need the help right now to get back into this game. Hopefully they can get it down to a single-digit lead by Edward Waters. If not, take the lead before halftime. They need some momentum, Marlon.
Yes, they do. They need a little momentum here. Taking it down for Dillard. Yeah, number 11. Miss
that
Jackson.
Is Adriana Jackson.
Partlow missing a three-point shot there.
They need to get back into working the ball inside the paint. They're coming down and taking too many quick shots, and Edward Waters is making them pay for it. Man.
Like that, right?
That was Lachey Kirkland. There's no need to take quick shots right now for Dillard. Wide open underneath the basket, but she could not be seen. Was Shaylin Moore. When they do get her the ball, they got it to her in the left corner, pulls up for a three and misses that. Edward Waters turns the ball right back over to Dillard. Edward Waters had their hands active on balls. Dillard gets it right back, and then they travel and turn it back over to Dillard. Turnover situation is Edward Waters with 8 and Dillard with 8, so they definitely have to start valuing the basketball.
That they do. You know, Dino, you make a good point talking about Edward Waters' defense and their attack. It's execution more than anything else that they're doing. I don't think it's bad calling by Dillard, especially with this half-court pressure. Well, look,
that's what Coach Norbert Rome is trying to get them to do. Speed Edward Waters up, but Dillard, on the other hand, needs to gain control and some composure here on the offensive end. Get to the painted area. Make the game easy. We have a jump ball tie-up. Should be going to Edward Waters, I believe. Correction. That was an earlier tie-up. That goes. It's retained by Dillard University. Full 60-second timeout called by Edward Waters with a 13-point lead. 1 minute 48 seconds remaining in the second period of the Women's Championship game, 2018 GCAC game. Thank you again to our sponsors. Greatly appreciate your involvement and your commitment to the GCAC, that being Adidas, Wyndham Garden Hotel, Triple B's Cajun Corner, and Still Premium Alkaline Water. Oh, they brought the water up for us already. I'm looking for something, Marlon, and here we go. This is the Good Health is True Wealth from Still Premium Alkaline Water. Greatly appreciate Antonio Lapel.
And
along with Antonio is James Singleton and Lisa. They're representatives from Still Premium Alkaline Water. Greatly appreciate them. But you were about to give some of the ingredients there, Dr. Marlon Favorite.
See, we have some benefits here. No sugar, no cholesterol, 0 carbs. What's some more? Packed with anti-age and anti-disease properties. So it's a few little things here. Let's look at look on the back here. We have, it's clean, crispy water, all natural minerals. Crispy too, get a little
refreshing.
There you go.
As we resume action, 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining in the second period of this championship game of the 2018 GCAC women's side of the bracket between Dillard University Lady Blue Devils and the Edward Waters Lady Tigers. Edward Waters up by 13 right now. Ball was entered into the post for Dillard University. Edward Waters is back on the attack. Bringing up the front court is Jaquana Hunter. There they go. Edward Waters sticking with their bread and butter, which is that 3-man weave, going from left to right and then back to the left. Jaquana Hunter again with the ball at the top of the key, kicks it over to number 5. I'm sorry, that was not Jaquana Hunter. That was Brittany Thompson who was handling the ball there for Edward Waters. Shot was taken by Mia Lady. Comes up long, but again, Edward Waters forcing turnovers on Dillard, and Brittany Thompson right back on the attack. Unfortunately, couldn't make the layup. Dillard University knocks the ball out, so retained possession by Edward Waters. Thank you so much for joining us online at portal, portal.stretchinternet.com/Dillard. Greatly appreciate you tuning into the broadcast of Championship Sunday.
Nice, really nice defense by Dillard, but Edward Waters was able to get it back.
Brittany Thompson at the right side of the floor, being passed around from right to left. Edward Waters is making it a point of emphasis to attack in every aspect that they possibly can, whether it be from the penetration and kick, or whether it be from the three-man weave and finding a wide open jump shot. Dillard, on the other hand, they came down and finally got a quick shot that went to their favor from Miss Adriana Jackson, but I know Coach Norbert Rohn will be addressing that. The 3/4 quarter of the court press that Dillard is in, and that basket was good right before the horn sounded by Shaylin Moore to make the score. As I mentioned, Marlon, the best thing that Dillard could do at that moment was get it down to single digits, and that's exactly what they did by getting it down to 9 with a 33-24 score. Edward Waters University over Dillard University.
Halftime, a good turn of events for Dillard there at the end. Able to get 4 points, and as you mentioned, bringing it under 9 points. Bringing it to a 9-point game as opposed to double digits. But just some things to take from the first half, Dino. From my perspective, Edward Waters was able to come out with their plan of attack and execute. Not only on defense, as you mentioned, they ran a lot of 2-3 matchup zones, and then of course on offense, the weave, and able to find a wide open, lady. I'm sorry.
Mia Lady in that far left corner.
Lady.
Yeah.
And someone else had it as well. I know Lady, and it was someone else. I want to say Glover. I think might have had a wide open 3.
It was actually Lachey Kirkland. She's 1 for 1 from the 3-point range as well. Your leading scorers right now at the halftime for Edward Waters is Mia Lady with 11 points, and 2 players with 7, Lachey Kirkland and LaQuanza Glover with 7 as well. LaQuanza Glover and Lachey Kirkland are also the leading rebounders for Edward Waters, along with Deja Morton with 3 apiece. On the flip side of that, for Dillard University, leading scorers, balance scoring, ironically enough, Miss Alyssa Washington, who was huge yesterday at half, 0 for 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3-point range, no points at all today. But Shaylin Moore is taking up the slack, as well as Adriana Jackson and Asia Partlow. All 3 of them have 7 apiece. They're the leading scorers. And from a rebounding front, Pearl Jones has 4. Edward Waters shooting 39% from the field. Dillard University shooting 34%. From the 3-point range area, Edward Waters shooting 50%. Dillard University 27%. And at the free throw line, they are both knocking them down. Edward Waters being the aggressor, going to the line 7 times, making 6 of 7. And Dillard University making 3 of 4. Rebound edge goes to Edward Waters right now at 21-13. And
the Xavier basketball men are warming up right now.
So those are your halftime stats that got us to the score of Edward Waters 33 and Dillard University 24. Coming up shortly, we've got some fantastic videos and commercials and interviews coming your way. But this is the 2018 Women's GCAC Championship game on Championship Sunday.
That it is.
Hey everyone, it's Sasha Newman here with Player of the Week, Alyssa Washington, number 23 with the Lady Blue Devils. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
That's good. So how are you looking forward to this tournament game?
Well, I'm very excited as we had to buy the first game and then won the second game against Talladega, which was extremely hard. So I'm just excited to play this last game and hopefully we get the win to get the championship.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about being a student athlete. How is it, working with your grades and making sure they're on top of everything to make sure you're eligible for the season?
Being a student athlete in college is one of the most challenging things I've ever had to do in life, I would say, just because it's just so much constantly going on. Whether if it's not school, it's basketball and vice versa. So if anyone can juggle that, I really feel like anyone can do anything in life.
So you feel like you're taking something from this as being a student athlete, and you're going to be able to apply this to your everyday life, basically.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so tell me about how, being a student athlete, you have different things. Are you a part of like any other organizations in school, like different things like that?
No, I'm not currently right now. I do major in public health, and I plan on joining the public health club soon. So I definitely do want to get out there into more organizations, not just basketball, and get actually into my career as well.
Okay, so majoring in public health, what do you plan on doing with that?
Physical therapy.
Physical therapy. Okay, so have you ever thought of being like a trainer or anything like
that?
Oh, okay.
Mind, yes.
And so do you want to stay in sports?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
What kind of sport do you want to train, maybe?
Well, all sports really, not just basketball. I used to play soccer, so soccer would be fun. Just sports in general.
Okay, well, thank you so much for our interview, and I hope you have a great game, okay, Alyssa?
Thank you so much.
No problem. Hey, everyone, it's Sasha Newman here with Jeff Dixon. How you doing today, Jeff?
I'm pretty good, having a good day today.
That's good. Where are you from?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh, New Orleans here, staying here. Okay, so how do you feel you did at the game yesterday?
Yesterday was a pretty good performance. Not one of my best, but we got the dub. That's all that matters.
The dub, okay. Now we're going to get to the tough question. So what's your favorite food?
Seafood.
Seafood, okay, and he's from New Orleans. How typical, like, nah, I'm just playing. I really do love the food down here. You like crawfish, huh?
Yeah, I love crawfish.
Well, what's your favorite spot?
What is that spot?
You gotta know.
So's.
So's, where's So's?
Washington Avenue.
What kind of food do they have other than the crawfish?
Everything. Po' boys, like oysters, all type of stuff.
We gotta try So's, y'all. We gotta try So's. So what are you looking forward to in this game today?
Looking forward to winning. It'll be our first conference tournament championship win in 22 years. So we really want to get that done.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a great game today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Hey everyone, it's Sasha Newman again, here with Athletic Director for Edward Waters, Stanley Martin. So how you doing today?
Proud of you.
I'm doing well. So you've been the Assistant Athletic Director for Edward Waters for 10 years, and you were also the softball coach for 4 years, and now the current Athletic Director for Edward Waters. So it seems like a transition.
I'll tell you, coming back to Edward Waters 7 years ago, I was coach college basketball for 2 years.
Okay.
And coming back to my alma mater, something that I never thought I would be coming back to, but I got the call. I came back to do something that I love. You want me to come back to leadership, and I think that's what I came back to leadership. Now, 2 years ago, I was head coach, and now I think that's all. Yeah, it's typical HBCU school, with limited resources and that, you got to go out and do a lot of fun with it. But I enjoy it because I'm considered pretty much back home.
Exactly, that's your motto.
Right.
So with the what's some of the how is it?
Well, I tell you, it's been a tough season for men's basketball. Coach Purnell had to do some discipline, got rid of some players, and kicked off probably about 4 seniors. But the Tigers are playing pretty good basketball. I think it's also 8 games in conference, about 8 games a night. And they won their first game on Monday night against Suno. It was uplifting, and like I said, Monday is March Madness. Anything's on over now. The game can't be played, so we're excited, and hopefully Fred Xavier and the Dillard fans will win too.
So do you feel like losing those seniors impacted you guys in any way?
I think that it brought the team a little closer. I think the team that was kind of in disarray, but these guys that are on the team now with 2 other seniors, I think they came together more as a family and understood their roles, and anything goes. So we're excited, and hopefully the best team.
So
the
that
best
is
practice
Perry
team
Nicker's
come out
sister then. I should have knew that. Okay.
Thank you.
Period. How many teams you have to officially meet with outside the train station?
Hey everyone, it's Sasha Newman here with Player of the Week, Alyssa Washington, number 23 with the Lady Blue Devils. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
That's good. So how are you looking forward to this tournament game?
Well, I'm very excited as we had to buy the first game and then won the second game against Talladega, which was extremely hard. So I'm just excited to play this last game and hopefully we get the win to get the championship.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about being a student athlete. How is it, working with your grades and making sure they're on top of everything to make sure you're eligible for the season?
Being a student athlete in college is one of the most challenging things I've ever had to do in life, I would say, just because it's just so much constantly going on. If it's not school, it's basketball and vice versa. So if anyone can juggle that, I really feel like anyone can do anything in life.
So you feel like you take your...
Welcome back to the 2018 GCAC Conference Championship game on Championship Sunday. I am Dino Hanson. He is Marlon Favoright, and we are live in New Orleans on Xavier University's campus inside of the Xavier Convocation Center with a halftime score of 33-24. Edward Waters Lady Tigers ahead of Dillard University Lady Blue Devils. And things that stand out right away, Marlon, is the fact that Edward Waters has been extremely aggressive, getting to the rim in addition to getting wide open jump shots, as their leading scorer right now is Miss Mia Lady with 11 points.
Yes, Mia Lady has been doing a good job, especially on the perimeter. But what Edward Waters has been doing a really good job with more than anything else is executing the game plan. They're getting the defense in from the sideline, and they're executing. putting a lot of pressure on Dillard. You know, yesterday we were talking about Miss Alicia Washington and how effective she was. She's been a little quiet in the first half, so in the second half what I'm looking for is to see her come out, taking some more shots and being successful.
Another thing that Coach Norbert Rome talked to his team about at halftime was anticipating the next pass, not being reactionary. You alluded to the fact that Alyssa Washington, who had 23 big points yesterday, today has nothing, but she's getting help from the remaining teammates, that being Asia Partlow, Shaylin Moore, and Adriana Jackson, who all have 7 respectively. But the other component that really stands out is the fact of the rebounding battle and the frustration that Edward Waters is causing to Dillard on the offensive side of the ball more than anything else. They just cannot get into a good flow.
No doubt that 2-3 max defense that they're running is killing them, man. They're not able to get a flow. They're not able to get the ball down low to Partlow, their big girl down bottom, who's been very effective who was very effective in yesterday's game. Now she's been doing a good job defensively. She had a few rebounds here early in the second quarter, and she scored a few points down bottom. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to try to make some more baseline attacks going into the second half.
As we get you back to the second half of the first game of the day on Championship Sunday between the Lady Blue Devils and the Lady Tigers, we have a score of 24-33. Game number 2 of the day should be an exciting matchup. It's a crosstown rival, Uptown against Downtown. Gentilly against Uptown. I'm talking the Xavier men taking on the Dillard men, number 1 and number 2 on Championship Sunday in game number 2. Marlon?
What does it take to be number 1? 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. I have to do a Nelly line real quick. So 1 and 2, at the end of the day, someone's going to have that title to say, you know what, we won the last game.
There we go. As we get you ready for the second half, third period underway here, as Edward Waters takes the ball out of bounds. We have a quick delay as we get you back to action. Again, Edward Waters with the lead, 33-24 over Dillard. Nice crowd on hand early this afternoon in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, on Xavier University's campus at the Convocation Center. Edward Waters is now going to the right side of the court from where we're positioned, and they start things off just as hot as they were earlier on. That basket was by Edward Waters. Brittany Ryle, who was hurt earlier, but apparently she's ready to roll here in this second half. Marlon?
Yeah, that she is. So it looks like she taped it. Like she might have put a little tape on her.
All right, Dillard getting the ball inside the lane. Miss Alexia McDonald on the layup. Edward Waters is back on the attack, coming to the left side of the court. 10-point lead, 26-36. Edward Waters is ahead with 9 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the third period of the second half. Ball is moved around to the left corner. That is LaQuanza Glover coming from the left all the way up through the center lane. Ball goes out of bounds off of Edward Waters. Dillard will retain possession going to our white. Dillard, of course, is the home team, the number 1 seed, wearing their home light gray with blue writing and blue trimming. And the number 2 seed is Edward Waters, wearing their purple uniforms in white numbers and red trimming. Dillard University is back on the attack. Ball is being moved around the perimeter. Finds in the right corner. Wide open jump shot was taken by Asia Partlow, but comes off the rim.
That's Alexia McDonald to the line. Went for the layup and got hit.
Misses the first free throw. That could be extremely big going down the stretch. Free throws, they always are a huge factor in any game. You have to make those, again, as we've been saying all weekend long, Marlon, there's a reason why they're called free throws. Edward Waters not delaying their attack, pushing it right back at Dillard University on defense. LaQuanza Glover going to the free throw line to shoot 2 as she was fouled on the play.
Nice setup, too. And making it count, making an 11-point lead, 37-26.
Kwanzaa is 4 of 4 from the free throw line today. Make that 5 for 5. She has been playing extremely well early on today, shooting 50% from the field, 2 of 4. Dillard University is back in the front court, going to our right from where we're positioned. Moving the ball around the horn, dumping it to the free throw line area. Great kick out pass to the right corner. That pass was from Alexia McDonald, who found Alyssa Washington for 3. Maybe that will get her going. That is her first basket of the day. Edward Waters comes right back. Dillard University applying pressure on them and on the attack and getting the foul. That's exactly what Dillard has to do, is push the attack. Adriana Jackson is going to the foul line, and foul is called against LaQuanza Glover.
I mean, she sliced right down the baseline, right down the middle lane.
7 minutes, 42 seconds remaining with a stoppage in play. Dillard University 29, Edward Waters 38.
See if she can make them both count.
Knocks down the first one. This is definitely the way for Dillard to get back in the game. I'm quite sure Coach Norbert Rome had a interesting conversation with his team in the locker room as they have come out with some renewed energy. As I look over to the far left, also Marlon, might be a concern for Edward Waters, but Brittany Rowell, who injured herself in the first quarter, is back on the sidelines. Look like she's stretching out her calf or her ankle. But Edward Waters seems to be a little ruffled at this moment as Dillard's energy is up and going again. Coach Norbert Rome is telling his fans at Dillard University to get into the game. Wake up. It's Sunday. Maybe they had a late night of Saturday hanging out, as college students may do, as they continue to make their way inside the Convocation Center. But Coach Norbert Rome was leading the cheers on that defensive turnover possession there.
Well, some of the students are probably still asleep.
You know, it's a Saturday night in New Orleans. Hey, it's just what goes on. Ball is back in the hands of Dillard, but there's a turnover. Active hands by Edward Waters and active hands by Dillard. Yeah. That's kind of like kids, and I know you having kids, you've seen them play soccer, and there's one area of the soccer field that's just always the muddiest. That's because that's where they hang out at. Dillard, as you can see in here, is back on the attack. Alessia McDonald taking it to the cup, turning that 10-point deficit into a 38-33 lead by Edward Waters. Timeout is called by Edward Waters. We've got a game on our hand now here for Championship Sunday. This is what people really want to see, Marlon, on a championship game. They want to see a highly contested battle that's going on right now, and Miss Adriana Jackson is leading the way, given the fact that Miss Alyssa Washington hasn't gotten going yet.
Yes, she was able to hit one long-range 3, and that 3 really turned everything around. I really like the fact that Dillard's taking a more aggressive approach on defense, meeting the players at half court, forcing those turnovers early and often here in the second half of the game.
Absolutely. Wanted to also acknowledge those fantastic people that we've had a chance to interview this weekend, that being President of Philander Smith, Roderick Smothers, Antonio Lapel, James Singleton, and Lisa of Still Premium Alkaline Water, the Athletic Director of Edward Waters, Stanley Cromartie, and Talladega men's basketball coach Fred Summers, in addition to Dillard men's basketball coach Mike Newell. Greatly appreciate you guys. Dr. Walter Kimbrough, president of Dillard University. Coach Norbert Rome of Dillard University women's basketball team. Dr. Hawkins from Talladega as well in Talladega. Greatly appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule to come and speak with us about the great things going on at your university.
Thomason has the ball. Kicking it out to Glover. Great defense by Washington.
We've got a score in this third period, 38-33. 6 minutes and 37 seconds remaining here in this third period of the second half. Edward Waters on the attack again, trying to regain some control, if you will, of the game as Dillard has made a quick run at them, which is to be expected when you start off the third period or the second half of any game once coaches have had a chance to make their in-game adjustments. Was speaking to the commissioner, that being Steve Martin, earlier today, and talked about the great things and being a leader by putting together the GCAC site for those who are at neighboring HBCUs to be a part of what's going on for the championship weekend. And he is extremely pleased with the direction that the athletic director of Dillard University, that being Kiki Baker-Borns, and his staff, as they put together for the presidents. He had to correct me. He was like, Dino, I'm not the top boss. I'm just the commissioner. I work for the presidents. But in that same respect, they have done a fantastic job this weekend. Dillard University, of course, is back on the attack. We're at 6 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the third period. Dillard University is back in the game. The energy level that is going on right now as the score is 35-39. Edward Waters on the foul. Basket was good by Alexia McDonald, and she goes to the line to get one as well, the bonus. We have got a fun game going on now, Marlon Favre, right? 35-39.
And this is what the fans want right here, as everyone is all hyping to it. That Dillard bench was so electrifying just now, and I know the players on the court feel that energy.
Absolutely. Make it 36-39. That 10-point halftime deficit has been turned around very quickly. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a 9-point halftime deficit that Edward Waters had. Dillard is back on the attack. Edward Waters cannot gain any composure, but as I say that, Dillard cannot knock down the bunnies that were right there in the painted area. Edward Waters makes them pay by Brittany Thompson attacking them and making the score 41-36 with 5:43 remaining here in the third period.
Quick question for you, Dino. On that last drive for Dillard, you would have took it back to the top of the key maybe to reset after the third attempt?
You know, the reason why I wouldn't have is because you're literally 2 feet away from the rim. Secondly is the fact that you've got the momentum working in your favor. The energy level is back up again for Dillard's basketball team because of the fan participation now.
Right.
Coach Rome leading the cheers, which is quite interesting and fun to see as well. Shows you how much he wants this game. And I know it's his job to get his ladies motivated to also get going. Here's something else you don't see at most universities. Look over to your right. Oh, you didn't have a chance to see some of the cheerleaders, of course.
They were getting down, right?
They were definitely doing their thing. I have to get one of our camera people, hopefully Xavier, the next time out to pan to the Dillard University cheerleaders, so that way those who are watching at Portal, Portal, stretchinternet.com/Dillard can see the fun that they're missing out on and why you want to have the GCAC Championship Tournament at your building in the near future. But we are live in New Orleans, Louisiana at the 2018 GCAC Women's Championship game on Championship Sunday on Xavier University's campus at the Xavier Convocation Center. With a score of 41-36, Edward Waters is in the lead, and Dillard has made their run and the run will continue.
Kick it back to her.
Long shot by Shaylin Moore, but the rebound comes out to Alexia McDonald. Ball's at the top of the key. Adriana Jackson. traveling violation called against Dillard University after making a fantastic run. You know, the bench has also helped Edward Waters as they've got 5 points off the bench. Dillard needs to get more bench play. They only have 1. Second chance points favor Edward Waters, 9-2. And both teams are about even when it comes to turnovers, that they both are turning the ball over at a high rate. Here in the second half, Edward Waters has been more frustrated with a total of 15 turnovers, and Dillard has a total of 12 turnovers. But, man, we've got a fun game. 10 points off of turnovers for Edward Waters, 11 off of turnovers for Dillard. Edward Waters is back on the aggressive attack. Long range 3 that was taken by Brittany Rowell, who was injured earlier and at the beginning part of the third period here. She's back on the floor. Shot clock violation as it touched nothing, so the ball is retained by Dillard University.
Yes, Dillard has to take advantage of the momentum while it's still standing here. The score is still tight, 41-36, so they're just a few plays away from turning the tables of this game around.
A 3 here could cut the lead down to a 2-point lead, and in the far left corner, put it in the books for Shaylin Moore. She has been in such a good rhythm today. She's 4 of 7 from the field today. 2 of 4 from 3. Edward Waters back on the attack. Ball shot over the rim. That shot was taken by Lachey Kirkland. But it was knocked out of bounds by Dillard University Lady Blue Devils. So the Lady Tigers will retain possession. Inbounded on the left side of the court from Mia Lady. He hasn't gotten going in the second half yet. Shot was just taken by LaQuanza Glover off the rim. There's a scrim on the floor for the ball. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Dillard University. And it's no surprise the possession arrow is favoring Dillard right now, simply because of the fact that they're being the aggressor. They're on every 50-50 ball. Here in the third period, they are outscoring Edward Waters by 7 points, 15-8 for Dillard in this third period. There is that lady, Shaylin Moore, to give Dillard University the lead 42-41 with 3 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in the third period of the second half. But Edward Waters wasn't the least bit phased. They came right back and attacked. Mia Lady with the layup, taking the lead back 43-42. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the third period at the Xavier Convocation Center for the Women's 2018 GCAC Tournament. Shaylin Moore for another long-range 3 off to the right. Edward Waters with the rebound. Going in the front court, looking to the far left. Shot was taken by Mia Lady off the opposite side of the rim. Shaylin Moore handling the pill. She is in a good groove right now, attacking the rim. Oh, but it goes just wide on the right side as she attacked the rim on the left-hand side. Edward Waters calls a timeout as they need to catch their breath, because quite frankly, Marlon, the Lady Blue Devils, they most certainly have come out with a renewed spirit and vigor here in the second half.
Yes, they have. They really did. And most importantly, see, sports is all about chemistry and energy. And that's what this crowd has been doing. Once that team started to pick it up for Dillard and take those shots, make those defensive steals, you got the crowd behind them, and you know, now they're down 1.
Edward Waters holding on to a 1-point lead. At halftime, Edward Waters was ahead 33-24. It was a 9-point lead. Here in this third period of the second half, that has been cut down to 1 as Dillard has scored 18 in this third period, 10 by Edward Waters. The 18 in this third period is the largest output scoring-wise for Dillard, and the 10 is the lowest of the first 2 periods for Edward Waters today. 2:38 remaining on the game clock here in this third period of the second half. game number 1 today of Championship Sunday. Game number 2 will be crosstown rivals, Xavier University against Dillard. And
nice
there
rip.
is Dillard again being extremely active. Adriana Jackson gets the steal and makes Edward Waters commit the foul.
Rip City.
Man, we have got an exciting game. That just goes to show you the impact that fans really do have on their teams when at games, and vice versa. You have to give the fans a little something as well. It's a give and take.
It is.
That basket by Adriana Jackson is good to tie the game up with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Tied at 43 in the third period. Coach Norbert Rome most certainly getting the most out of his team now.
And there's your lead. 44-43. Dillard has taken the lead. There's that half-court press defense that's been working for him, and
has been working like a charm ever since they started applying it in the second half, or the second quarter, should I say, of that first half. Dillard is still in that three-quarter court pressing defense to gain control of the tempo of the game and slow down Edward Waters, as Edward Waters is back on the attack, going to our left side here in their purple road uniforms, as Dillard is in the home light gray uniforms. Long shot taken by Brittany Rao, who has been injured throughout the course of the day. Dillard gets the rebound back on the right side of the court on their offensive attack. And a long-range three ball taken by Makayla
Collins.
Yeah, Makayla Collins.
Out of H-Town. Hold up. Houston's playing some ball today for Dillard. Between her and Moore.
Megan Garcia right back on the attack for Edward Waters. But here's the DU Lady Blue Devils. The three ball has been working extremely well for them here in the second half. They are shooting 6 of 16, 37%. They have most certainly changed what was going on in that first half. In the first half, Dillard was only, what were they, 3 for 11 in the first half. So that percentage has definitely increased for the Lady Blue Devils. 7 of 17. Of course, the Lady Blue Devils setting up in their three-quarter court press, trying to put more pressure on the Lady Tigers of Edward Waters, getting them to speed things up to hopefully turn the basketball over. Coach Charmaine Wilson, head coach of Edward Waters for 7 seasons, barking out instructions to her team. On the dribble penetration was Megan Garcia. Kick out. Rebound after the shot by Dillard University. Coming up the far left side of the floor. In the far left corner, ball being worked around by Dillard. Almost went into the backcourt.
It did.
50 seconds remaining here in the third period. Score is Dillard 47, Edward Waters 45, taking the 2-point lead after being down 9 at the half. In the far right corner, jump shot taken. May have been a foul by Makayla Collins. But if the referee doesn't blow the whistle, you keep playing. No foul.
Yep.
Edward Waters back on the offensive attack. Ball being worked around. Excellent ball movement there to get LaQuanza Glover the easy deuce to tie this game up at 47, Marlon, with 15 seconds remaining in the third period.
Yeah, they were able to move the ball around and catch Dillard's defense off balance. Oh, she might have walked a mile. Oh, he fouled her.
She may have walked, but the official didn't see it, blew the whistle, and she's going to the line. So she may have walked prior to, but she's walking to the free throw line right about now. That is Jalen Brown. I'm sorry, that is not Jalen Brown. That is Tenazia Hinkson.
Making it count.
I hope I said that correctly.
Let's see how. Tana Zealand Hickson.
No.
Let's see.
Yeah, Tenazia Hickson. Yeah.
Tenazia Hickson. Zia. So, moms, I hope I said that right. I don't want a mom coming. You better get my baby name.
As the clock winds down, long-range shot taken from Megan Garcia to make the score. The Lady Blue Devils 49, the Lady Tigers 47. They have erased that 9-point deficit to take a 2-point lead here in the third period of the second half. Dillard fans have definitely made their way into the Xavier Convocation Center here for the championship game. 2018 GCAC Women's Championship game going on. Real quickly, also want to acknowledge the all-defensive team for the GCAC 2017, that being Terrelyn Dominic of Philander Smith, Carla Clemens of Talladega, Brittany Rowell of Edward Waters, Michaela Bates of Xavier, Andrielle Moss of Southern University of New Orleans on the women's side, and on the men's side, Quentin Jackson of Dillard, Devontae Dixon of Talladega, Joseph Williams of Xavier, Tanzel Handy of Tougaloo, and Christopher Jornet of Philander Smith. Also, want to acknowledge the second team all-conference on the women's side, Courtney Williams of Talladega, Montoria Atkinson of Tougaloo, Brittany Thompson of Edward Waters, Essence Wells of Xavier, and Alexia McDonald of Dillard. And first team all-conference, Terrelyn Dominic, Alyssa of Philander Smith, Alyssa Washington of Dillard, Jermisha Collins of Edward Waters, Deshauna Cook of Talladega, and Adriana Jackson of Dillard. Congratulations to all of them and their success this 2017-2018 season of the GCAC.
Thompson has the ball handling the rock now for Edward Water.
And shot was taken in the corner by Brittany Rowell. Came up a little long. Dillard gets the rebound, back on the offensive attack, and Dillard continues to attack. Alexia McDonald. Now it's a 4-point lead for Dillard University, 51-47 over Edward Waters. 9:15 remaining in this final period of the second half of the championship game in the women's GCAC 2018 championship game on this championship Sunday. Edward Waters was on the attack, couldn't make the layup. Dillard is on the offensive side of the ball, doing everything that we talked about, Marlon, at halftime, is attacking the paint with tenacity and veracity. And going back to the line is Alexia McDonald.
And they're doing it, man. And right there, very selfishly, Alyssa Washington could have shot the three, but she saw her teammate wide open underneath Alexa McDonald, and now she's at the line.
If she makes both of these, that will put her at 5 out of 7 at the free throw line today. So again, they're being very aggressive in nature here in this second half. Been an entirely different basketball team. 8:50 remaining in the final period of the women's 2018 GCAC championship game. 10-second violation called against Edward Waters. I can assure you, Coach Charmaine Wilson is not happy about that. They could not get the ball across the mid-court line. Ball goes back to Dillard University as all the momentum has shifted in Dillard's favor. Marlon Fave, right?
It really has. They have all the momentum right now, and they're making the right decisions on offense and hustling on defense, man. Really good job by the Blue Devils.
Dillard continues to attack the basket, and Adriana Jackson is making them play for it. Pay for it, should I say. Edward Waters has to get the ball across the midcourt line, and that 3/4 quarter court pressure is starting to impact Edward Waters, and there's another turnover for Edward Waters. The ball goes back to Dillard University, Marlon.
Dillard's ball again. This defense is working like a charm for them.
Score 54-47. Lady Blue Devils over the Lady Tigers. 8:17 remaining here in the final period. Dillard back on the attack. Shaylin Moore, she's been hot. That careens off the front of the rim. Rebound initially by Dillard. Then the final rebound was by Edward Waters. Shot comes down by Brittany Thompson. Quick shot, quite frankly. The Lady Blue Devils most certainly have decided to take the ball to the rim. I would have loved to have been in that locker room when Coach Norbert Rome, the coach of the year, was talking to his team. Oh my goodness. You want to talk about playing with an attacking, aggressive style? That's exactly what's going on right now for the Lady Blue Devils, Marlon.
Well, you mentioned something that's key, Dino. You said coach of the year, and that's showing off right now in this game. The halftime adjustment that he made, for one, to continue with the half-court press on defense, but offensively to take more of an attack mode to the paint, finding wide. It's kind of almost like a taste of your own medicine. So, because we're starting to see Dillard starting to have more ladies kick out to the outside to make the shoot, to shoot the threes. So it's working.
It definitely has been working extremely well for the Lady Blue Devils. The bench is extremely hyped right now for the Lady Blue Devils. Their fans, their cheerleaders, their dancers. We might be playing on Xavier campus, but you see nothing but a sea of blue in here cheering on their women's basketball team here at the championship game on Championship Sunday of the GCAC tournament. Going to the line for the Lady Blue Devils is Alexia McDonald, who just came up with a huge layup in addition to them getting the foul. Thank you again to Stillwater, who have provided the beverages of choice for us all weekend long and their great sponsorship. Want to recognize our sponsors again: Adidas, Triple B's Cajun Corner, and Wyndham Garden Hotel.
That defense attack mode is really working for us. That was a foul, but it's just they have them really playing frustrated right now.
But in situations like that, you don't mind your team committing a foul because you're doing it from an aggressive standpoint,
yes,
if you will, Marlon. And that's the thing that you can live with. Coaches can live with mistakes like that because you're being aggressive. Edward Waters is back on the attack, hopefully to slow down Dillard's offensive attack and to slow their defense down. They needed that basket to kind of stop the bleeding, if you will, to make it a 57-49 score with 7:32 remaining here in the final period. Dillard over Edward Waters. Make sure you go to and share it with your friends. Go to portal, PORTAL stretchinternet.com/Dillard to see the fantastic action today and in the future as well, Marlon, because they said they're going to continue streaming live basketball games. And I'm pretty sure other sports will also get into that realm. Adriana Jackson has been huge for the Lady Blue Devils today, Marlon. Another attacking drive to the rim, gets the easy bucket. Edward Waters still frustrated, haven't been able to get into a good rhythm here at all in the second half. And they turned the ball over again. And for those of you that are watching, thank you so much to Dr. Kiki Baker-Borns, president of the GCAC and the athletic director of Dillard University. Wanted to let you know the trophy presentation that will take place after the championship games will also be live streamed, plus the cutting down of the net for both games. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Don't you leave your TV. If you need to go get something to eat out of the refrigerator, do it during the timeout, but don't do it after the game because you most certainly want to be a part of the championship trophy presentation and the nets being cut down. Here on Championship Sunday 2018 GCAC women's and men's basketball tournament here in New Orleans, Louisiana, on the campus of Xavier University at the Xavier Convocation Center. Ball being worked around from right to left by the Dillard Blue Devils. Weren't able to convert. Edward Waters is back on the attack. They need to get something going. Megan Garcia on the attack. She looks like she's decided to take this team onto her back, Marlon, to say, hey, I'm going to get us back in the game. And it paid off well for her because she's at the free throw line to shoot two now.
Yeah, she knew two things were going to happen right there. She was going to get an and one or she was going to get fouled. So she got one. Oh. There the Dillard cheerleaders go. Oh. And it worked.
Caused a little distraction to Megan Garcia. Missed the first free throw of 2. That's a fantastic way to tell the opposing team to miss it in the fashion in which the cheerleaders are doing it in.
You see them, right?
Yeah.
Check them out.
I like the way they're doing it.
Oh.
All right, wasn't as successful for the second free throw, but I still like the way they're moving over there, yes. Marlon Favorite.
You have to love it. Hello.
Dillard University back on the attack with a 9-point lead, 6 minutes and 28 seconds before the Nets will be cut down, which will be live streamed as well. Edward Waters back on the attack. Megan Garcia finishes it off. It is now down to a 7-point lead, and Edward Waters applying some backcourt pressure to get Dillard a little frustrated. In some kind of a way, Adriana Jackson, although double team, was able to handle the basketball still and get fouled. That will allow them to retain possession, taking the ball out at the mid-court, backcourt section of the game, of the court, if you will.
Adriana Jackson has really great handles and good vision, man. Quick moves, know how to slice and dice.
That she does. Her and Alexia McDonald are the leading scorers for the Lady Blue Devils with 15 apiece. Traveling violation called against the Lady Blue Devils with the entry pass to the free throw line. Was that Pearl Jones, I believe?
Pearl Jones.
No, that was actually Jaquana Hunter. Edward Waters back on the attack. Maybe it just so happens that Dillard Lady Blue Devils expended so much energy to get back in the game as well as take the lead that now Edward Waters in turn is making a point to ramp up their energy, and they are pressing Dillard University to make some bad decisions with the basketball now. Marlon?
Well, Dillard are making some substitutions right now. As you see, Moore's coming back in the game. Alyssa's coming back into the game. Alyssa Washington, that is. I think they elected to kind of rotate, give their starters a little rest. But now that this lead gap is closing, go ahead and put the hot shooters back in there.
Absolutely. That's Alyssa Washington, Shaylin Moore, and Alexia McDonald return to the game. As Marlon alluded to, getting their starters back in there to gain control of this game in the last 5:25 remaining. Edward Waters making up some ground. Great post-entry pass from Megan Garcia to Lachey Kirkland on the right block. Foul was called on Alyssa Washington. Edward Waters taking the ball out on the right baseline. Entering the game for Edward Waters is Amira Brown. And Edward Waters wearing their road purple uniforms with the white numbers. Going to our left, the home team being the #1 seeded Dillard University Lady Blue Devils. Going to our right, Lady Blue Devils are in a 2-3 zone to help get some rebounds, which pays off, although a little scramble there made Brittany Thompson take a long-range 3, and Dillard has possession of the ball, taking it out in the backcourt on the left baseline as they go to the right, going into the front court for the Lady Blue Devils.
Garcia checks back in for Edward Waters.
4 minutes, 57 seconds remaining here in this championship game of the women's GCAC tournament. Dillard University getting up the floor. There's that little speedy bug in Adriana Jackson. And who do they go to? Alyssa Washington. Again, she's had a rough day, but that was a key basket to take the 61-54 margin, make that gap larger.
She had some really great assists today. So That's
That's a plus.
a plus. There you go.
When your scoring is not working for you, there are so many other things that you can do. Defending, rebounding, moving the basketball. So you don't let your scoring dictate your mood of play on the court ever. Defense is nothing but hustle, effort, passion.
That's it. To give you an example, we're starting the playoffs for flag football tomorrow. We're the 6th seed. And like last week, all I did was block. Not too much catching, but block.
If that's what it takes for you to get the W, you do it.
Hello.
Dillard University back on the attack on the right side of the court. We've got some dancing and shuffling going on with Shaylin Moore. Crowd wanted to have a travel call, but it was tipped by Edward Waters and Shaylin Moore. Here's what happens, Marlon. Shaylin Moore, last few jumpers have been short. That's all legs at that moment. Her legs could be getting wary at this particular juncture. But Edward Waters couldn't convert. Dillard is right back on the attack. The 8-foot jump shot that was taken by Elisa Washington came up just short of the rim. Ball goes back over to Edward Waters as they are in the front court now. Calling out the play is Brittany Thompson from the top of the key. Ball moves from the top of the key to the left to Lachey Kirkland. Back to Megan Garcia at the top. Brittany Thompson takes the ball from the left to the middle of the lane, and that shot was blocked. Of course, the DU fans not happy about that call. Foul was called on Jaquana Hunter.
Honestly, I thought that was all ball, but that might have been from my angle.
Make that Asia Partlow on that foul. Correction, it was not Jaquana Hunter, it was Asia Partlow. At the line for Edward Waters is Brittany Thompson. Brittany has 4 points today, 5 assists. She's the leading player on their team with assists in this championship game Sunday. Score 61-55. DU in control of the game, but Edward Waters is fighting back. Gets the steal, throws it up court, full length. On the attack is Brittany Thompson. Seems to be a little distracted by Shaylin Moore on the attempted block, although she didn't get the block. Dillard is back on the attack after retrieving the ball. Adriana Jackson calls out the play from the top of the key. Ball goes to the right side of the court to Alyssa Washington. Oh, I thought maybe that would have gotten her going since she's had a rough day today. But inside the paint, rebounding the basketball is Asia Partlow. Asia Partlow will not give up on the shot. Couple of intimidation factors there by Edward Waters. Brittany Thompson back on the attack, looks to the right for Megan Garcia. Brittany Thompson to the far left side of the court to Brittany Rowell, who catches nothing but air on that jump shot of the left side of the court. Ball goes over to Dillard University, Marlon. 55-61. Edward Waters down 6 with 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, she just went with the pull-up jumper at the three-point range, and the ball fell very short. And now we're getting ready. We have some folks rolling in here from Xavier, it appears.
Absolutely. The fans are definitely making their way in here, continuing as they get ready for the men's game, following the women's game here in the next 2 minutes. Of course, the trophy presentation to the champion, Megan Garcia, makes that basket to make it a 61-57 lead. Dillard seems to be a little winded, Marlon. Yes. Look at all 4 players in the backcourt walking up the floor now. Coach Norbert Rome, I'm pretty sure, is going to get a timeout here. Actually, he has 3 timeouts left, so he can get a timeout here to kind of get his ladies some water. But we are at 1 minute and 33 seconds here in the championship game. Ball being worked around the perimeter from Dillard University. I don't think you needed that shot, Marlon, because you're already tired. Should have continued to work it around, try to get it back into the paint where you've been so successful at. And Edward Waters gets the rebound as Megan Garcia comes up the floor, gets the ball to LaQuanza Glover at the top of the key. Ball moves over to the right side of the floor in the hands of Amaria Brown. Down to 1 minute and 1 second left in the regulation period. Got the ball inside the paint but couldn't convert, that being Lachey Kirkland. Adriana Jackson, that little speedy Lady Blue Devil, has been huge. Timeout is called by Edward Waters, but Adriana Jackson, her ball handling skills today have been through the roof. Marlon Fave, right?
Man, they really have. For a 5'2" point guard out of Houston, Texas, she has a big heart. She plays 6'2".
Absolutely. That's something that can never be measured on a piece of paper on black and white.
Not at all.
The third period was a really great period for Dillard. It got them back into a great rhythm, winning that third period 25-14 after being down 9 at the half. And it's been pretty even in the fourth quarter. We've seen some disruptive plays on both sides. Both teams high turnovers. Edward Waters with 19 and Dillard University with 16 turnovers. But fortunately enough, it balanced itself out when it comes to points off of turnovers. Edward Waters 14 points off of turnovers and 15 for Dillard University off of turnovers. Free throws could be very important down the stretch here, Marlon, as I'm pretty sure the foul game will start here the rest of the way during regulation.
Oh, no doubt. You have to believe that's what it's about to be, as Dillard's about to take the ball out here. Or take the shot. Well, either way it goes, it's Dillard's ball with 54 seconds left here to play in the game.
Absolutely. Dillard has 2 timeouts remaining. Edward Waters, no timeouts. And the correction, Edward Waters didn't call that last timeout. That correction, that timeout was taken by Dillard, which now brings them down to 2. Ball is being handled up top by Alyssa Washington. Running a semi-two-man weave. Ball is in the hands of Shaylin Moore, who takes a very tough shot. Shot clock violation as the ball did not hit the rim. Very bad possession out of a timeout for Dillard.
It was, you know.
Edward Waters gets the ball. 31 seconds remaining with the score of 61-57. Dillard in the lead over Edward Waters. It's been a fun-filled second half. Great start to Championship Sunday of the 2018 GCAC basketball tournament. We are live in New Orleans at Xavier University at the Xavier Convocation Center. Dillard 61, Edward Waters 57. Ball being inbounded by Edward Waters in the hands of Brittany Thompson. Dillard is still in that three-quarter court pressing defense. Brittany Thompson, they were able to break it across the front court. Brittany Thompson comes up big, make it a 61-59 score. A 2-point game. The bench is yelling at the players on the court to foul, to stop the clock, to make Dillard go to the line. Go ahead.
2-point game. You have to make them count.
Absolutely. 14 seconds remaining with a 2-point game, as Marlon alluded to. 61-59 in favor of Dillard.
As we have more Xavier fans coming in, I can assure you Uptown and Downtown will definitely be here today.
Oh, yeah. It should be a very fun-filled day. Yes. I tell you, as we go down to the brink, got to stand up for these last 14 seconds, not only to stretch our legs, Marlon, but to
stand up with you.
Absolutely, just to make sure that we are looking at all the fantastic people that are coming into the Convocation Center today. 62-59, that free throw was just made by the little speedy bug in Adriana Jackson, who's been big today, and she makes both of the free throws that were necessary. It is a full-point lead, 12 seconds remaining. Edward Waters has to make quick work of it. Long pass up the court, tapped away by Dillard. Edward Waters retains possession with 8 seconds remaining, 8.6 seconds remaining on the clock. Dillard with a 4-point lead. I think the Dillard fans and cheerleaders can taste the trophy and the cutting down of the nets. Edward Waters Try to get it inbound, tapped away by Adriana Jackson. Down to 3 seconds left on the game clock. Shot goes up, and that is the game as the Lady Blue Devils continue their #1 seed by beating the Edward Waters Lady Tigers 63-59 today. The excitement of its fans. It has been a fun game. This is a team that was down 9 points at the half, and they finish up with a 4-point lead today of the 2018 GCAC Women's Basketball Tournament. Congratulations to Coach Norbert Rome and his Lady Blue Devils on winning the GCAC championship game today, Marlon, 63-59. Your takes from the completion of the game here?
Well, Edward Waters started off really good. They had control of the game in the first quarter. Once Dillard made their adjustments, not only defensively to start meeting them at half court, getting some steals, but offensively attacking the goal. That's what really did it for them. Playing with more of an attack mode really helped them out tons here later on in this game, and they just maintained as we get ready for the presenting of the trophies and the awards.
Absolutely. Of course, the trophy presentation and the cutting down of the nets will be and is being live streamed right now. 63-59, the Lady Blue Devils defeat the Lady Tigers of Edward Waters in a very fun-filled, competitive game that came down to Dillard ladies just being very aggressive in their attack, making it a point to get to the lane, get to the free throw line. Really off to a fantastic start as the GCAC commissioner will present the Lady Blue Devils with their championship trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the court for the presentation of our women's tournament awards. First off, the 2018 GCAC Women's Basketball All-Tournament Team. First up for your GCAC All-Tournament Team from Xavier, Maya Trench. Here she comes. Give it up for Maya Trench. One more time for Maya Trench. Next up on your all-tournament team from Edward Waters College, Brittany Rowell. Give it up for Brittany Rowell, Edward Waters College. Next up, also from Edward Waters, LaQuanza Glover. LaQuanza Glover. Next up on your all-tournament team from Dillard, Asia Charlo. Give it up for Asia. And finally, on your all-tournament team and most outstanding player from Dillard, Alyssa Washington. Give it up for Alyssa and the rest of the 2018 GCAC Women's Basketball All-Tournament Team. Next up, the trophy presentation for our runners-up. Your 2018 GCAC runners-up, the Edward Waters Lady Tigers. Give them a round of applause. Congrats to Coach Wilson and the Lady Tigers on a great tournament. And now your championship trophy. Give it up for the Dillard University Lady Blue Devils. Congrats to Coach Rome and the DU squad. Let's cut down those nets.
Then on top of that, I don't like girls. And then on top of that, bro, you too old to be acting the way you be acting. Shit, you dig what I'm saying? I love a low key bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know you're a bad bitch and you just cool with this shit. You don't need to be seen, do you?
Let it sit there.
Fergie coming to sing that one too, like you say the stuff they band of all
don't think it's more important than this stream. I'm gonna go ahead and let her have this W, and I'll let her worry about this when she gets done celebrating this W.